Debbie at breakfast. Gaydar Radio. Gaydar.
World AIDS Day today. We're going to talk to somebody here that we spoke to, is it 2 years ago,
It's a
Keza?
dear friend, it's a dear listener,
Hello,
our dear
Keza.
friend Keza.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. 2 years.
Yeah, is it 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years, and when I came out HIV positive to you as well, I was so poorly, not kidding you, listeners, it was bad. But all of you knew, basically, didn't we? It really was. I was in tears.
You were going through a really tough time, weren't you? I remember.
Really tough time. And a lot of the listeners came forward, and actually supported me, and the charity did as well, called Make a Difference Charity. They're part of that, and they came forward. Loads and loads of celebrities, loads of people. The one thing I like to say is thank you to all of it, and thank to Gaydar Radio as well, because it gave me a chance to get better. I'm not kidding you, I was poorly. But there's still things going on now. What we're looking at now is the stigma. I've been around in London this week, and also I've been around in the UK as well. And I have a life coach who's positive for him right from 1980 that I've also got through all this. And he basically was looking at stigma this year because there's a lot of stigma still going on. And it's quite bad, to be honest, Neil.
Tell us, what do you mean? Is this people that you come across in everyday life, or is this like filling out forms? What do you mean the stigma's quite bad? In what area?
Everyday life. To be honest, Debbie, everyday life's still the same. It's still basically, I still have my work colleagues will actually walk right across me still. Even so, I'm still Kevin. But I've learned with counselling, with help, I can get through it. And there's still quite a few stigma going on. There's a lot of stigma still going, because I've noticed even when I've been in London, as you know, I've been down in London this week, I've still come across people saying, oh, Keza, we're still getting stigma and stuff like that, and they wanted me to mention it today, because there's still the stigma of HIV out there. And it's such a shame, to be honest. It really is such a shame. I just think it needs that little bit of a change, that people need to listen and understand and go for HIV test as well, because there's a lot of things going on with that this moment. But people have to realise there is still stigma out there.
And how have you coped yourself? Because when we spoke to you a couple of years ago, you obviously were very unwell. You'd only recently been prescribed as HIV. Your life's obviously moved on a lot since then, from the sounds of things.
It's changed, totally changed. Absolutely, totally changed. I've gone back into media. I've gone back into performing arts. I'm very much involved with the gay community of Yorkshire and of the Newcastle as well. So basically I'm a radio presenter now, and I'm HIV positive, and I'm very open about my HIV status as well, because I help others.
Was it the shock a couple of years ago when you were diagnosed? Was it the shock that kind of had the biggest impact on you?
I think it was a shock more than anything. I had a big shock into a really big shock of it, because it was a really big thing, to be honest. As my CD4 count was very low as well, and I got diagnosed that I would have only a week to live.
And that's why another message, obviously, for World AIDS Day, why it's so important to get tested regularly, particularly if you are having unprotected sex, which you shouldn't be, because if it is caught early, you're in a much better place, aren't you?
You're in a much better place. If you get caught early, I never knew I had it at all. So this is why I'm quite glad that people know they're actually pushing people to have the test, because you don't realise you have it. It can stay stigma, because I know from the nursing staff, it can stay stigma, so please take a HIV test, whatever.
Were you scared about going to get the test?
No, because they didn't realise, doctors didn't actually realise I was actually HIV positive. They thought I was actually going for a nervous breakdown. I was going so thin, they didn't know what I was. I waited a whole month for my results until I got firstly, and then eventually I went to another doctor and I actually asked for a prick test, and I actually got HIV positive. So luckily I did get my HIV, got positive and got sorted out, to be honest.
So there's still lots of work to do with things like stigma, but as World AIDS Day is today, what would you say to people who are worried and thinking, I might have it, but I don't want to go and get the test? What would you say to them, Keza?
To be honest, go for the test. Go to an environment where you feel comfortable in there. But that's all I say, because some people, I won't go and do it in a club or a bar. I'll go to a hospital or go with somebody, go with a friend or somebody. Just go for the test. It's not really worried about it. And if you do come positive, there is medication out there. There is support network out there, as we know. There is support networks out there. And Terry Siggin's fantastic. There's names quite a few people are all out there to support you. So don't be frightened to go for the test. There's always people about. Just go to a hospital or go to a clinic, have your HIV test, or you'll feel peace of mind if you do. I know that.
And you are proof, living proof, obviously, now 2 years on, that you've been able to pick your life back together and carry on as normal.
Yeah, and help other people. And that's what's going about. I've done is help other people. Like you helped me, and I will help you to people. Now, being a radio presenter, I will help other people as well.
Well, listen, it's great. Yes, love talking to you, Kirsten. Thank you very much for coming on today.
You're welcome.
Stand by. Across Gay UK. On mobile, online, and on digital radio in London and the Sussex coast. This is Gaydar Radio.
G Radio there. That's our lovely Catherine Ellis. And a big thank you to Gaydar Radio there. Let me speak out for my 2-year catch-up. Well, you've all heard my 2-year catch-up now. And my World AIDS Day speech for this year. Well, it's all to do with stigma this year, so we'll keep an eye on what's going on and the progress and what's going on basically on the HIV and the AIDS world. So, well, this guy I love. I'm really jealous. My Sylvia, my lovely fag hag, is actually going to see him in June. And I really, really, really want to go. And yes, it's Puppy. And it's Candy here on G Radio LGBT. I'm jealous, you know.
I was there to witness Candice is in her business. She wants the boys to notice her rainbows and her bonus. She was educated could not count to 10. Now she got lots of different horses by lots of different men. And I say liberate your sons and daughters. The bush is high, but in the hole there's water. You can get some when they're given. Nothing sacred, but it's a living. Hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, 'cause she thinks she's made of candy. Hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too loud or a little too close. Got a hurricane at the back of her throat. She thinks she's made of candy. Ring a roses. Whoever gets the closest, she comes and she goes as the war of the roses. Mother was a victim. Father beat the system by moving bricks to Brixton and learning how to fix them. Liberate your sons and daughters. The bush is high, but in the hole there's water. As you will, she'll be the whole of the law. And if it don't feel good, what are you doing it for? Now tell me, hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, 'cause she thinks she's made of candy. Hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too loud or a little too close. Got a hurricane at the back of her throat. She thinks she's made of candy. Liberate your sons and daughters. The bush is high, but in the hole there's water. As you will, she'll be the whole of the law. And if it don't feel good, what are you doing it for? 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 Hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, 'cause she thinks she's made of candy. Hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too loud or a little too close. Got a hurricane in the back of her throat. She thinks she's made of candy. Hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, 'cause she thinks she's made of candy. Hey, ho, here she go. Either a little too loud or a little too close. Got a hurricane in the back of her throat. She thinks she's made of candy. I want the